I mean,
nigga, I ain't.
I mean, okay. How about this? How much do you want your dream guy to earn per year?
Like I said, I actually haven't sat down to make a full list on that because I'm actually working on I'm working on myself this year. That's my focus.
Do you think you have more value to a man now or in a year from now?
I think that I am working on being what I want to attract. I think that I'm working on my fitness. I'm working on my mental. I think right now I don't have a clear picture of what that man looks like because I need to get clear on what I need to be at the moment for myself to make myself happy. I won't make myself happy in this state. And then once I'm happy and I'm clear-headed, I'll know what's next in the picture for me. Once I get clear on my career, once I get clear on myself, my self-worth, then I can start to nitpick and choose what I want in my life. So right now the door is closed for a lot of things.
That could take 5 years.
That's right.
Yeah, that could take some
You
time.
have no time.
I don't think that it will. I don't think it. I don't think that it will. I think that if I put intense focus on myself, a lot can change in a short amount of time. As long as I don't get distracted.
The thing is, you don't have a lot of time though.
Oh, I don't have a lot of time. You're absolutely right, which is why I'm choosing the time that I have left to intensely focus on myself. So that I don't put myself in a place where I'm working on myself for the next 6 or 7 years and getting distracted.
So here's the thing. This is where women give each other terrible advice. The man that you probably want is
Didn't you just hear what I said? Right now I don't want anything.
No, I get that. But by the time you're ready to find a guy, he probably won't want you.
Then that's my cross to bear. What's the issue there? Then I'll die an old lady with like 90 cats. But let me get there when I'm ready.
Right, well,
I'm not really sad about it right now. I'll be sad about it later. I'm not going to focus on some fucking emotion I'm going to have in like 10 years. I'm focused on the emotions that I have right now.
Well, we know one of the biggest predicators on female happiness is children and a family and having a guy by your side. And I'm saying, if you want to find a guy, you might want to work on it sooner than later. And these things that you mentioned, finding myself, having my career in line and all this other stuff, men don't really care about any of that stuff.
No, I wasn't talking about career-wise and finding myself.
Career.
I was talking about fitness-wise. I can't expect to say, hey, I want a guy that wakes up at 5 a.m. and goes to the gym and takes pre-workout if I'm not doing that myself. These are hobbies and skills and habits that I need to start building for myself now. Instead of sitting here and telling you, hey, Myron, I really want a guy that makes like $100K a year. He wakes up at 5 a.m. He has all these habits. How the hell am I going to request those kind of things?
Unhappy men in relationships right now with 21 and 22-year-olds. So, baby, please don't listen to him. Because at the end of the day,
I'm not worried about
you make yourself happy. That's the only thing that matters.
Dog fart advice.
Period.
She's 34 and single.
And I'm happy, baby.
If you say so.
Stop the cat.
Mad guys after me. Ain't giving them time
That'll mean
to
nothing.
date.
Having guys after you that want sex is nothing to flex
They already
about.
got sex.
Yeah, of course.
And they still want me.
What?
So what?
They want you for more sex.
They already got sex. It's been years. It's been years of sex, and they still want me.
They want more sex.
What?
They want more sex.
Why do they want it from a 34-year-old when they can get it from a 21-year-old?
Because the value's not high enough to get the 24-year-old.
Thank you. It's easy.
Yeah,
So they gotta,
now
it's easy
because of that. Because men only look at women for looks. Yeah.
You just said a man has to piss in a park to show his dick in the park.
I just said what I would do if I had a dick for a day.
I know.
That's it.
They know that for you.
Do you ever want to be married?
Me being with the dude.
Do you ever want to be married?
I was married for 9 years.
Oh, damn.
I had 2 kids.
Oh, you had 2 kids with a husband.
Didn't work out.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it didn't work out.
So now
I
you're
already
free.
went down that route.
So now you're free.
I'm free and I'm fucking living my life and I'm happy as fuck.
So you hated marriage?
I could date whoever the fuck I want. I've never been dumped. I have dumped every guy I've ever been with.
Well, what's the lesson that you learned though
That's not
from
really a flex.
relationship?
It's not really a flex.
Well, I don't care if that's not a flex to you. That's your opinion. At the end of
It's
the
not
day,
really
all
a
I know
flex.
is that I could get whoever the fuck I want to get, whenever I want.
You can get whoever you want for sex. Yes.
Yeah.
But,
For sex, for kids,
the
for
key is,
whatever.
can you get a guy, right, that you're actually attracted to and you respect and you admire and love to take you seriously?
I did.
Who?
And
You
it
wouldn't have
didn't
left
work
them
out.
if you loved and respected them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, nothing lasts forever. Because where are you right now? Are you in a committed, happy marriage?
Yeah, Myron.
Are you?
Myron.
The male measurement
Myron,
of
the one that
success.
writes a book?
Yeah,
Myron,
see, here's the
committed
difference.
and married?
That's a good question, though.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Men and women are not the same. We don't have the same sexual goals. Your goal is to find the best guy that you can and consolidate on him. Man's goal is to get as many girls as he
I
can.
already met my goal. So now what?
Not really. You're
I'm
single
supposed
now.
to go and find another one to wife me up and have more kids with? No, I already have my kids. I already got wifed up. I already got married.
So
What
she's
next?
on a path of no
I am
return.
happy.
She belongs to the streets.
You can
Apparently.
say that.
I could belong to the streets. I could belong at home. I could belong wherever
of
the fuck
course.
I
Men
want.
and
'Cause
women
at
are
the
not
end
the
of the day,
same.
I sustain myself, and
My
I don't have
measure
to
of
rely
success
on nobody
is
or no dick
a man's
to
measure.
make me happy.
A man's
Period.
measure of success is not, can I get married? Remember, we're the ones that choose who gets married. You're the one that chooses who gets sex. So I am the relationship maker. You are the sex maker. So what I'm saying is that that's not really an equal thing to try to say, because you keep trying to compare yourself to me as if we're equal and we're not. Men and women are not the same at all. Why'd you ask, are you in a marriage or relationship? Like, that doesn't have anything to
Because
do
I'm
with the
saying
question.
you're trying to down talk me for being single at 34 when I'm telling you I already had kids and been married and it didn't work out. So what I'm saying is that I've reached a point in my life where I'm happy being sustained by myself. And I could fuck whoever the fuck I want and still provide for myself and take care of my kids. So
you
what
weren't
are we
happy.
saying here?
Trust me.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
believe-
no,
yeah,
you're
What determines her level of happiness?
It's cap.
Please
And
tell me.
what? Here's the thing. She's telling you that this is what I mean when I say girls give each other advice that perpetually keeps them single.
I'm just curious.
And you even said it yourself earlier. And she's giving you advice that's going to keep you single too.
That doesn't mean that I'm going to take it. I'm just curious as to how you guys figure that she
But you
isn't
were way
happy.
more receptive to what she said versus what we
I'm
told
receptive
you.
to what everyone's saying. I'm an open book. I'm just asking questions. I'm not like
All right,
necessarily
so
taking anybody's
raise
side.
your hand if you want to be single and alone at 50. All right, then.
I just asked, how do you determine that she's not happy? What gives away the level of
When
happiness?
I can answer that because she attacked my job.
Dang, you holding on to that.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Here's the thing. I don't know if y'all have noticed. When a woman's in her masculine a lot, like she is right now, a woman can't be in her masculine energy and be happy.
Okay.
She can't. And she knows that. But, you know, she's trying to deflect. Oh, well, you tell me if you're in a relationship or if you're married. Well, that's not my goal. My goal is to have as many women as possible. I got a few.
Nobody's
and
happy
that's where
every day,
guys,
though.
that's what guys typically want. Women want security. Men want a bunch of girls.
So do you feel like men at the end of like,
so let's
does
talk
that
about
ever
statistics
shift?
again. Are happy people happy every day? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that you are very in your masculine energy, and I know a woman cannot thrive and be happy in her masculine. And based on your life choices of you leaving your husband, etc., you put yourself in a position where you have 2 children and you have to be a mother and a father, and that puts you in your masculine energy, which has been shown throughout the podcast. So I already know that you're not happy because you have to be in masculine energy constantly.
What if I love being in my masculine energy?
You are.
That's a cope.
How do you know that?
Bong, New York.
Because women are not happy to be in their masculine energy.
Are you a woman?
Don't have to be. Here's the thing.
I do
That's
agree with
equivalent to
that,
me
though.
saying I'm
not
happy
gonna
in my
lie. I
feminine
do
energy
agree with
when I'm
that.
wearing heels.
No, I do agree with him though. I'm not gonna
Women
lie.
are not happy in their masculine.
There's nothing like being soft and loved on and like
Who says I'm
someone
not
taking
soft and loved
care
on
of
in
you.
certain moments,
Okay.
though?
That's what.
Listen, nigga.
Men don't like
You don't want
masculine women.
makeup on,
That's what he's
like,
saying.
You have a big ass. You want a good dress. Trust me, you are not in your like. You want to be feminine, right? So simple as that. So you don't want to be in your masculine.
A woman can't be in her masculine energy and be happy, just like a man can't be in his feminine energy and be happy. If he's being emasculated by his girl all the time, he's not happy, he's miserable, he's
That's a
pissed
fact.
off. Just like a woman that's in her masculine energy all the time, she's not happy. She'll cope and say, I'm happy, I can fuck whoever I want. That's not true, bro. Yes, you can fuck whoever you want, but you don't want to fuck those guys. You want the guy and he doesn't want you back. That's the reality. But women cope and say, I'm single by choice. No, you're not. You're single because you don't qualify for the guy that you want because he doesn't want you back. That's like me as a guy saying, I haven't had sex in 2 years, but that's because I don't want none of these bitches. Stop lying. You can't get them. Same thing. A girl that can't get a relationship is like a guy that can't get laid.
Like
So
you
was there a
said-
point
like
in
you
your
said,
life-
It's the woman's job to retain the man, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
The man that she actually wants.
Okay, so my thing is that if I'm a female and I am literally blocking a guy constantly and he's still coming after me,
Did you miss the part I just said? A man that you want?
yeah, a man that I want, I'm constantly blocking
Women don't
him.
block guys that they want.
Yeah.
I do.
Why?
don't.
Why? Because I don't trust them.
So I have a question. Was there?
You don't want them.
So I have a question.
I want him, but I want to trust him.
I do have a question though. Was there ever a time that you couldn't get the women that you felt like you wanted? Because you just said like men's goal is to fuck as many women as possible.
Yeah.
Did you ever experience a time in your life where that wasn't possible for you? So that may influence a little bit of what you're saying now.
Rejection is a part of the masculine experience.
But did it happen often? Is the question? Because some guys get rejected like less than others. I feel like
every guy gets rejected a significant amount. The guys that are best, the best in the world at picking up girls, only close 10% of the women they talk to. That's a 90% rejection rate.
Okay.
So you don't know that because you're a woman. Like women rarely get rejected. I don't look into
stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie. That's a good piece of information to know.
So the part of the masculine experience is getting rejected, but girls rarely get rejected. So y'all don't understand. Right. Which is why women say nonsensical things like, "I can get any guy I want." Not really. You can get any guy you want for sex, but can you get them for a relationship? And the answer is probably no.
That's the hard part.
If you really wanted the guy, you wouldn't block him. That's coping. Like this entire rant that you gave was coping.
It's toxic.
I wouldn't go that far.
I was
just
waiting
saying
for that word to come up.
It's coping. So it is what it is, bro. Like,
La tóxica.
All right. We got some more chats here.
Anyway, but yeah, if you want a guy to take you serious, you're not going to have more value at 31 or 32 versus 30 years old now. But hey, if you.
So do you suggest that women just go into dating like as they are? You don't think that there's a period, especially knowing that gap is closing, you don't think that there's a period where a woman should really lock in and focus up, or like is that...
because because a girl should get married and find a man when she's at her peak. 18 to 24.
Oh, I missed the deadline.
That's exactly why you went back to your boyfriend.
Oh, shit.
That's why you went back to him.
Let's be honest. All the girls that found a man at that time, where they at now in their 30s, so.
Married with children?
The rates are...
Let's look at the statistics.
I would have to look at the statistics. That's the thing. I don't want to talk on
in the
something.
United States, it's a clown world because here the divorce rate is high and women are incentivized to initiate breakups. But if a girl is with a guy that she loves, admires, respects, and gets married young, that's the best chance of overall happiness for her. Women derive most of their happiness from children and a family, not a career.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, if you know that most of your happiness is contingent upon a family, wouldn't it make sense to try to find a family when you have the most chance of getting said family, which is when you're younger?
It would make sense. I just think that this like dating culture here, especially in America, is so like that's probably why I have the mentality I have, like where I feel like you should definitely have like your mental right. Like you should definitely like try to align yourself as best as possible with the partner that you say you want to have. Like, but you know, you keep bringing up the point of, you know, men's value, what men bring to the table and what women bring to the table. So that definitely makes sense. It's definitely a perspective changer. But I do still think like a part of it, like you can't be asking for something that is like so far out your reach either.
What do you mean by that?
Happens every day.
What do you mean by
that? She means like for example, like let's say you want a man that's successful. You should be somewhat on their path for yourself. I guess.
At least be able to have hold a good conversation with the man. Like you can't be a complete fucking dummy. Like, and then expect a guy that's like super.
That doesn't necessarily always correlate. Like making a lot of money doesn't always correlate with intelligence and the ability to be a critical thinker.
A man doesn't really care how much money you make.
Buffett definitely said that in an interview. So I do agree with that.
Most
as well.
women don't know their value. That's on period.
Wait, what?
Most women do not know their own value.
I would argue that most women overinflate their value.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think
Look at all the side pieces in the NBA right now. Look at all the girls that are getting flown out just to have sex and not get nothing in return.
I mean,
there's so many.
Those guys have leverage. Those women don't.
But that's what I'm saying, though. They don't know their value.
They don't have much value.
They're with a man that has
they're a dime a dozen.
I would argue what you just displayed is why women have overinflated sense of egos. You got average girls that can go ahead and get with extremely high top tier men off of Instagram. So if anything, it's skewed it where girls think that they're better than they really are.
Men also don't like masculine
women though that are getting. I know above average women though that are getting flown out and not getting anything in return.
Yeah, of course.
Well, but the point I'm trying to make is that average women have access to top tier guys. So in other words, women can easily punch out of their weight class.
But what I'm saying is above average women. I'm talking about the women that you're talking about, 18 to 24, have their own money, have their own jobs, they, no kids, whatever you want to call it, that's above average. Those women are getting flown out and getting fucked for free. And
because the men have more value than them.
But that's what I'm saying, though. A lot of those women don't know their value because look at the ones that they're wifing, the NBA stars. They're wifing a lot of women that are getting flown out and getting something in return. That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand your argument, though.
My argument is that a lot of women don't know their value. You're saying that a lot of women overvalue themselves.
They do.
Okay, but what I'm telling you is I know personally a lot of women that don't know their value. They undervalue themselves. So they're getting flown out and they're not getting nothing in return to these high paid men. But at the end of the day, these high paid men are wifing up and marrying girls that are not above average. That's what I'm saying.
That makes
really
no
not
sense. Much
sense.
To deal with the conversation.
Exactly, because it's proving your point wrong. Your point is that most women overvalue themselves, and that's not true.
They do.
Okay.
You can thank Instagram and social media, etc. Most women are very entitled and think they deserve top shelf men when they don't necessarily qualify for said top shelf men.
Women think they deserve the best without doing the work for it.
It's called ego, and a lot of women have it.
Girls have way more ego than men do. I mean, the difference is that, look at you right now. You've had quite a bit of ego, right? You've come on the platform, been fairly disrespectful, right?
Not disrespectful at
all. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
You can say that,
I'm going to the restroom.
And the reasons why you have the mannerisms you have is because you've been constantly reaffirmed that your behavior is acceptable, when in reality it's not, right? But you do that because women typically don't get told, hey, this is unacceptable, that's not cool, etc. And you've been fairly disrespectful during the podcast.
What did I say that was disrespectful?
And here's the thing I'm trying to explain. I'm multimillionaire, successful, etc. And you're talking to me crazy. So I could only imagine how you would treat a regular guy.
Okay, but what I'm saying, what did I say that was disrespectful?
See, the fact that you don't even know speaks volumes.
It's attitude.
It's my tone.
Nah, it was definitely attitude.
It's other things too. But again, I say all that as an example to show that even women that are older, that have kids in tow, failed marriage, etc., have egos. So if you have an ego like that with your status, what do you think the average girl has? Because from a sociology hierarchy standpoint, I'm way above you, and you're still talking to me crazy.
I'm trying to understand, what did I say that was so disrespectful?
The fact that you don't know is the problem.
But you're not even giving me one clue.
Watch this back.
That's my point.
Watch it back.
That's my point, that you have lived such a privileged life that you don't even know what disrespect is anymore because it's that common to you.
My life is based on my choices, though. My life is based on my choices. It's not that I lived a privileged life. It's that I've given myself a privileged life. I've given myself the life that I had.
You missed everything I just said.
You keep referring to yourself.
Yeah.
Every single time.
I'm saying in general, women have egos. Okay.
I'm not disagreeing with you there.
Okay. So, and I'm saying that if your own behaviors show that you have an ego because you've been disrespectful on the podcast, etc. And the reason why you do it and you don't even know what you said that was disrespectful is because you've went through life without being checked a significant amount of times. And I'm telling you to your face, yes, you're a very masculine, disrespectful woman. That's the truth. And even other girls on the podcast have noticed it.
Because I disagree with your opinions, or
Facts.
Because I disagree with
a reluctance to accept the truth because it doesn't align with what you've experienced.
Okay.
That's what the issue is.
All right.
Well, if I say a fact and you try to go ahead and say, well, that's an opinion. Well, what?
Okay. Well, I'm grown enough to apologize for coming across disrespectfully. I'm apologizing to you too, Tiffany. I apologize for coming off disrespectful. My intention was never to disrespect anybody here on this show. So I apologize sincerely, wholeheartedly.
That's cool. I was just using it as an example.
I just wanted to display my opinion. And if it didn't agree with your opinion,
I stated facts, not necessarily an opinion.
So, like I said, I apologize if I came across disrespectful.
All right, cool. Accountability?
Yeah.
Okay.
Taking accountability.